Hi, fam, it's your brother Assad,
I'm Adrian.
and we are back again with another quick video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so that you will be notified when we drop new material on this channel. Secondly, in terms of housekeeping, I got to give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to my South African family for all the love you guys have shown this channel, my wife, myself, my children. We greatly appreciate it. Third, in terms of housekeeping, bam, 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 just like that. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that. I got to give a special and a significant and a particular and a peculiar shout out to the rest of the family. To the Zimbabwe. Can we say it?
I don't know.
It is.
Let's skip over. Let's skip over this whole continent for right now.
It's June 30th. So we're going to shout out to the Zimbabwe family. We're going to shout out to the Malawian family. We're going to shout out to the Nigerian family, to the Ghanaian family. Thank y'all for watching. We see, to the Texas family, the Louisiana family, the New Orleans family, because what? That's two separate things. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Any other shouts out?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So, yeah.
What's going on, people?
It's been a minute. We back up in it.
A whole lot going on.
Like my name ain't Bennett. Well, my name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
And I ain't in it.
Woo, Lord, it's been a lot going on. So first, what we need to talk about. So the last time I talked to y'all was with my daddy when I was back in the U.S. And going on to glory.
Going on to glory.
Going on to glory, man. Rest in peace to my daddy and my mommy. Yeah. So that was part of the reason why we haven't been on in a while, because just like last year when my mama passed, it was like it needed some time to kind of get your mind right. We needed a little time, and then bam, 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 just like that, my daddy passed, and it was quick too, y'all. It wasn't like he got sick and we had weeks and months. It wasn't like that.
He felt ill, and then it was done.
He went to the hospital and never came out. Next step is hospice. And but my sister said he never even complained. Never. When the doctor told him what was going on, he said, the doctor asked him, "Do you know what that means?" And he said, "It means I'm dying." And he never, got scared or nothing like that. That's a soldier.
Right.
Soldier. Because I ain't gonna lie, I've been sobbing. Ah! I ain't ready to go. I don't know where I'm going.
You better get right. You got a little time to repent. Get it together.
I'll be praying to everybody. Muhammad, Jesus,
let me make salat
Moses.
All the salats I missed. Constant salat.
Me praying hard.
Let me make up them days I didn't fast.
Ooh. Do it count because I can't eat because I'm sick? We gonna count this as a fast day. Can I get a 2 for 1 because of the situation? Oh, man. All right.
Yeah, man.
What else been going on? We missed the World Cup. And, so I guess today is June 30th.
Right.
So before that, we missed all of the marches that were taking place. And everybody was asking us what was going on, how you feel, Dr. Assad. I said, I'm going to be quiet.
Before they start looking for me.
This nigga crazy.
Listen.
They walk around with leopard skirts on or whatever they got on, and I said, no, them people out there throw it off. No,
They're about to come. They're coming after us.
Like, But now this is early on. What time? It's about 1 o'clock. So it looked like the marches are taking place without much, I haven't seen any. Let me say this: if it was something major, I haven't seen anybody posting like, "Oh, it was violence," or "Oh, it was this," or "Oh, it was that." You know what I'm saying? So right now we have students in town from North Carolina A&T, which is the largest HBCU. I'm getting messages.
We got to ignore them.
Yeah. The largest
In the
HBCU,
States.
yeah, historically black.
Yeah.
So we got about 16, 17 students. Well, we got 16 students and a couple of professors here.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to go to the Apartheid Museum today, but the university is in Bramfontein. So we was like,
Leave that alone.
no. We just wanted the traffic in trouble. I don't think we were thinking like, oh, they're gonna attack the bus. Why would you attack a bus from Vits? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so
Like, we're not staying.
now we're taking them out. We're getting them out. We're getting them out right now.
Listen, we were at what Oriental Market? I said,
Mhm.
these people don't look very nervous.
That's what I'm saying.
They didn't look nervous at all.
The Arabs
Big
chilling.
Muslim.
You know what I'm saying? They,
I don't know if they're Arabs. I think they're
Allahu
Desi.
Akbar.
I don't know.
They Arabs,
sure.
Desi Muslims. What I'm saying, like
Yeah.
they chilling. They not like. But then again, if they Desis, the Indians have been here quite a long time.
Not all of them. I mean, I'm sure there are lots.
'Cause some
but
of 'em
there are
still-
also lots fresh.
New, because
You know?
some of them still be talking. You know.
Yeah.
You know how they do.
Mm.
So, but yeah. So, what do I think about the march, y'all? Here's the thing. When I first saw the marches, obviously I was like, everybody, this is crazy. This is stupid. Why are they doing this? It's anti-African. Blah blah blah. You know, that's how I felt, and I still think there's some sentiments to that. I question who's behind it, where you get money from, because it costs money to do all what y'all doing,
It's
right?
organized.
Yeah, I always look for the CIA.
Why is it being like highlighted in Western media so much?
Why? Right after Donald Trump starts calling South Africa, saying they're killing white people and saying that there's farm murders, and then Elon Musk and all that, then you have this type of stuff happen. I question that. I always think there's a white evil hand behind it. Whenever there's a problem on earth,
Wherever two or three are gathered.
wherever two or three are gathered,
Oh, you so sick.
I'm just saying.
That's our trauma from the U.S. talking.
I'm just saying. I'm just
Paranoia
saying.
from the States.
They be like, well, Malcolm X died. Who paid for it? Who paid for it? Yeah, a black man did it.
Oh,
paid for it?
but no, it didn't just start after Donald. I mean, they had some of these issues before. I remember when we moved here, our neighbors were telling us they had to move in their domestic workers because of some violence directed towards.
Yeah, every once
So
in
I
a
don't think
while
it's new.
it bubbles up.
Yeah.
But so like, if we look at the places where we've seen these like anti-immigrant type of sentiments,
Yeah.
protests, you saw it in the United States with ICE raids. You actually saw it in the UK a few weeks ago, like 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a month ago now.
Ireland.
They were,
in Ireland.
and now you see it in South. So you see places where there are these, and even in China, they are having some. Is it China or Japan? I was reading about one of the two. But wherever you have this influence of the West, you have these ideas of this anti-immigrant and this type
It's
of
attached to economy too.
yeah.
Like the global economy is on some sort of a downturn, and so everybody's looking to pull rank. They're not trying to let you have anything they can't have.
So the initial reaction was what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because like the white man don't care if you're from Zim or from Tembiza. He don't care. As long as his money good. You know what I'm saying? Now, what happened? That kind of gave me a little perspective on this. And that's why I'm not gonna take like this harsh Black American criticism of it's anti-African, blah, 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 blah. Here's what happened. I went home to New Orleans to bury my daddy.
You want to take that little sip real quick? Please, let's take one more sip. Put that down.
Black coffee, baby. Keep my skin black. You heard me? Yeah, that part.
You went home.
So I went home and I stayed in a hotel. Listen, you know, if you lose, to me, it's just, I was like, I don't want to stay in a house where, you know what I'm saying? So let me stay in a hotel. So I stayed in a hotel. Now, let me give you some context. When I was in college, like I graduated university, varsity, in 2002, right? So I got there in 1997.
Big old.
Supposed to take me 4 years. It took me a little longer. A little longer. But that's because anyway. So when in my varsity years, if you met somebody, like you met a girl, and she worked at the hotels, right? Why? Because so New Orleans is a touristy place, right? That's we have 340, maybe 390,000, I think now,
Mm.
390,000 permanent residents in the city of New Orleans. I'm not talking about the metropolitan area, because they'll start saying, oh no, it's a million people. No, the city of New Orleans, the actual city, not the suburbs, not
Orleans
the
Parish.
Orleans Parish, the city has about maybe 390,000 permanent residents. We get 19 million visitors a year.
Mm.
Think about that. You get 19 million visitors a year. This weekend is Essence. I'm going to get to my point. This weekend is Essence Festival in New Orleans. So Essence is the largest gathering of African Americans in the country. It brings, oh, I don't know, 500,000, 600,000 people to the city of New Orleans. The population of New Orleans doubles in a weekend, right? From Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's right. So
Mm-hmm.
tourism is the economic driver of the city of New Orleans. Our downtown doesn't have Fortune 500 companies. It has hotels, a whole bunch of hotels. So in school, if I would meet a girl, or you meet a girl, or you walked into a hotel, let's say it like that, you would see a girl working behind the desk. You would see, like I'm talking about black. When I say girl, I'm talking about black women, black people.
Guys didn't work in tourism?
They work. They would be like the bellhop,
Okay.
right? Pick up the or they may be like working in the restaurant, serving the
Yeah.
room
You're talking about
service,
cleaning the rooms
right?
and stuff.
Cleaning the
Okay.
rooms and stuff, right? So cleaning the rooms, it was always like a sister, always like a black woman
Mm.
working there. She could have two jobs, working in one hotel and then working at another one, or she was in school, right? The reason why they would work at the hotels is because hotels are what, 24 hours, 7 days a week. So you can go to school from 8 to 3, right? You can go to university, and then you could have your job in the afternoon where you worked at the hotel, you cleaned up, you might got off at 11 o'clock at night, and boom, you did it all over again. This is the way that you managed to pay for school, right? Or to support yourself while you're in school.
Mm.
All right. So that's the picture. You walk in any hotel, it's a black girl, a black dude, mainly black women, sitting there working behind the desk, and then all the room service. Everybody that's room service was black. Everybody cleaning the hotels, black women.
New Orleans natives.
New Orleans, New
Not
Orleans,
just black, but from New Orleans.
from New Orleans.
Okay.
And what we mean by that, I mean you gotta have some history here. Go back, and not just you just moved here and now you from here. You're not from here if you just moved here. You'll never be from here. From New Orleans, right? So I go home for my daddy's passing for the funeral, and I stay in these hotels. The first hotel I stayed in, I didn't like it. But guess who was behind the desk? An Indian man. I said, well, an anomaly, right? It's an anomaly. So, the first time it's an anomaly, right? I looked around to see who was cleaning up or whatever, you know. So, I don't see no black women cleaning up. Well, that's just this hotel, and I don't like this hotel anyway. So I'm gonna go to another hotel. Boom. I went to another hotel. So I stayed there the first one maybe 2 nights. Then I went to another hotel. And this one had a sister working behind the desk. I looked around at the cleaning crew. All of the cleaning crew was Hispanic. Not a single New Orleanian black person, black woman in sight. I said, first time it's an anomaly. Second time, it's a coincidence. First time it's an anomaly. Second time it's a coincidence. So I go to sleep, wake up, and I'm thinking maybe a new crew will be in there. And then I'll see some of my people, right? So I'll go to sleep, wake up, and I look around at the crew. I'm sitting down having breakfast. They have free breakfast at the hotel. I'm sitting down having free breakfast. I look around, and still the people serving the breakfast, the people cleaning the hotel, picking up the towels, it was all Hispanics. I said the first time is an anomaly. The second time is a coincidence. The third time, this is a pattern. This is a pattern. And I said, Now keep in mind, I had been seeing the March on March and all that stuff going on here. And then that's when it struck me. I said, man, if I was a black woman in New Orleans looking at the hotels now, right? And this is not something I just noticed this last time I went home. We actually noticed this before,
Yeah.
right?
A few years in the making.
Few
But
years
we
in the
noticed
making.
it before with the Uber drivers.
With the Uber drivers,
Yeah, it was just
right?
like,
The Uber drivers, none of them were from New Orleans. Like they all got weird accents and stuff because we have our own accent. And it was like, where you from? I'm from Michigan. What you doing here? Not that you're not welcome, but why would you do that to yourself?
what brought you to New Orleans?
What brought you here? And let me say. Anyway, so we noticed that. And so then I said to myself, oh, if I'm in the townships in South Africa, right? I'm not worried. Like New Orleans has big problems. We got all kind of like out of state money coming in. We got a white man now, all kind of problems. Right? We got a governor that's against us, that's trying to take over our city, take away our autonomy, all kind of stuff. But that's big political issues. The everyday person is only walking into to the hotel and seeing that this used to be the job my sister had. The everyday person.
Teachers in the city.
Oh my God! They brought in all them white teachers from different places.
Or just not just white teachers, teachers who weren't
from New Orleans. That's true because
they brought a lot of non-white teachers too, but they weren't from there.
They weren't from there. They didn't understand the culture.
So yeah.
They didn't understand. Yeah, they didn't understand the culture, and they couldn't relate. You can't relate to like. Yeah, it's not just because we black. And see, and that's the point. Yeah, we are black Americans, but we're New Orleanians. You see what I'm saying? So, but the people that's really coming in and taking a job is not other black people. It's Hispanics, right? It's a lot of Hispanics. They came in after Hurricane Katrina, right? And we thought they were just coming to rebuild. We didn't know they were coming to take over. the new mayor, her name is Helena Moreno. She was born in Mexico. See what I'm saying? But she's still a white woman. She was her people was from Iowa.
Mexico's a nationality, but
no.
ethnicity.
Her people were from Iowa, North Dakota, and they moved to Mexico.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
She ended up
nationality
being born.
Mexico.
Yeah, but she ain't. She's
of European descent.
Yeah. But my point is, I understood. Not that I'm saying it's correct. I'm not saying it's correct. What I'm saying is if I was a worker, I'm a black woman in New Orleans, and I walk into the hotels and I see the women cleaning the hotels, that used to be jobs that I would have to help send my kids to school or to send me to school or just to pay my bills. You see what I'm saying? I would be feeling some resentment towards them, and I'm not always thinking about the greater problems or how these problems are impacted by the higher like the vertical political problems, like how people have created these conditions where people could come in, how they've kept my people in isolated communities, how they have kept us poor, how tourism is the only economic driver in New Orleans when we have so many other resources.
They can pay them cash under the table.
Pay them cheaper.
Legally there.
There you go.
That kind of stuff.
There you go. So then once I saw that, I understood how the resentment here can be built up against another group of people. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right. The Mexicans in the cleaning up, them people just trying to do their job. They're not there to be vicious. Yeah, they're not there with any vicious or malicious intent. It's just I now understood, like, oh, okay, so and it's the people in the townships. Because the New Orleanians live in, who are working, who are judges and lawyers and whatever, working for the plant or the factory, making good money. It's not impacting them. It's not anything that they're concerned about. Yeah. They're not concerned about the hotel because they will never work in the hotel. They have money, right? But for those who are, again, here in the townships, it's like, this person is running this tuck shop, or this person is a waiter, and that used to be the job that we had, or that could be a job that we had. I understood it. I don't think it's right. I'm just telling you, I understand how it works, how the proximity to the stuff can make a reaction how can I say it? The proximity can make the reaction out of place. The reaction is still out of place and misplaced, but how it can create a reaction. Let's say it like that. How proximity to this stuff and seeing it can create a reaction without thinking of the higher, right?
Or
The
if the higher is not responding to the legit concerns of people,
right,
so then they say, "Oh, nobody's going to do anything." So here we are.
right, and
Which
then
means your leadership has to do something. Otherwise, people take it in their own hands.
and remember when we laughed about gentrifying the neighborhood? I said this and I was joking, but part of it was true. To keep our neighborhoods in New Orleans from being gentrified too much, every once in a while we just step outside and start shooting.
They wasn't doing it. They was shooting.
They was just shooting.
It wasn't about
Right?
gentrification.
And but that is as irrational as it is to chase people out. But when you are having this type of emotional reaction, right, because of the proximity, you do crazy things. And I think that's kind of what I see. Now, somebody will get in the comments and say, Doc, you're wrong. We need to protect our borders. We this, that, and the third. Yep, I agree. South Africa is a sovereign nation. It must have the laws to protect. It is not, it's a sovereign nation.
Right.
You must, hey, you gotta come here legally. Y'all saw our journey here. We said we come in with visas.
With limited resources.
Yeah. We coming with visas. We not coming border hopping or staying here illegally, leaving every 90 days. I've been said that. No. So however,
Mm.
I still think it's misplaced. Right? So yeah, I look at the people in the Hispanics in New Orleans and I'm thinking what we need to do is address political leadership. And while political leadership hasn't created the type of economics or each type of economy in a city like New Orleans that is rich in culture, rich in resources, we used to be the number one sugar producing area in the world. What happened to those jobs? We have 390,000, 340, I always get them confused, 390,000. At one time, New Orleans had over the population, the city itself had over 1 million people. We were the biggest city in the South. We were the
Jobs
jewel.
went to Texas.
Jobs went to Texas. We used to have Texaco. We used to have Gulf Oil. We used to have, what's the other one? Chevron, all of these petrol companies, because we have refineries, right?
Yeah.
In and around the area. All their headquarters were downtown. In the 80s, Texas got rid of corporate taxes, something like that, and all of them left and moved to Houston. So they have all of their refineries in our communities where we're catching cancer from all of the petrochemicals and stuff. But the corporate jobs, the suit and tie jobs, the jobs where you make $80, $100,000 a year,
Back then.
back right, move to Texas.
Right.
So we need to ask, well, why did y'all let this happen? And how can we attract them back? What can we do on a state level? What can we do on a city level? I remember they said that Amazon was looking to open up a new factory, and they had these new processing center, and they basically was bidding for different places to go. I was like, New Orleans needs to bid. They said it could create 20 or 30,000 jobs or whatever. Have AI about to take them anyway, but I was like, we need to bid. This is a couple of years ago. We need to bid. We need those jobs, right? Do you think New Orleans put in a bid for that? You think New Orleans tried to make itself attractive to bring these 20 or 30,000 to a place where you had when about 5 years ago you had 51% of black males in the city of New Orleans were unemployed, and out of that 51%, 20% of them had college degrees. So I can see how all of this can impact, right? Is the aggression is misplaced. You got to be talking to your leadership.
Yeah.
You got to be asking questions of the politics, right? Or the politicians, or those who you have voted for and given them the consent to govern, and have they been governing properly, right? So chasing people with whips and shit, that's crazy. And the reason why
checking them visas though.
The reason why I never go down like that. The reason why I never go down like that in New Orleans is because we got big old guns. That's what I'm saying. You ain't gonna what? We gonna spray this whole block up. You spray this, and you be like, well, the Mexicans ain't got it. Well, they got access to it.
They get some.
That's what I'm saying. They got access, and they got the cartel. Keep playing with them and watch Pablo Escobar and all them Negro. Yeah, that part. What was his name? The big time dude, El Chapo. Yeah. See, that's why we can't do that to them. We can't chase them with no whips.
You got to come with some artillery for that.
But we was doing the people wrong too. When they were let me tell you. So let me tell you about doing people wrong. So you would have the Hispanics, because they're not just Mexicans, they from all over Latin America. But just to make it easy, the Mexicans, right? They would come in and they was helping us rebuild our homes. And because they didn't have any legal paperwork, because they didn't have any license to be there to work, people had them people rebuild their whole house and wouldn't pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Paint their whole house, wouldn't pay them. Mm-hmm. What they gonna do? Who they gonna run to?
Call ICE on them.
Right, that part.
After they finish the job.
That part.
Thank you.
Hey, Juan, I think you need to leave.
That's cold-blooded.
That's not right.
That's cold.
That's wrong. But it was happening. Them people who,
That's cold.
Yeah.
It's a harsh world we live in.
Yeah, so we just got to do better.
We have to do better. Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully
it's resolved peacefully.
Exactly.
I don't want people getting hurt.
And human is a human. You don't need to be putting your. I don't know that some people saying there was AI generated. That shit with no AI. Don't play with me now. I ain't retarded now. I saw shit, and then the type of even if it wasn't physical, it was a type of intimidation tactics that they had. You know what I'm saying? And so on the flip side of that, it's like get that energy to Cape Town. Because because the Europeans are coming. I just read an article the other day talking about the number of Europeans moving to Cape Town, talking about the rising cost and living, and that's more impactful than the jobs, right? Because guess who it impacts? That impacts the middle class. That impacts the Cape Town worker who has a decent job and now he can't afford to live, right? Now he can't afford to buy a home or whatever have you. So it's a complicated issue. I'm gonna be very clear.
If the issue is illegal migration, are the Europeans coming legally or illegally?
Most of them probably coming legally. They're probably getting their paperwork. I'll give them that. You know what I'm saying? But just because they're coming legally doesn't mean they're not coming to recolonize. Think about what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That mean that
so far the chant has been illegal.
Yeah.
Immigration. So what's the real issue? Is the real issue illegal immigration or just checking immigration numbers and making sure that it doesn't end up hurting the people of South Africa?
Yeah, but so as an academic, I was reading the reports that WITS put out, and WITS is like we have like 5% of the population are immigrants, and that's not illegal or illegal. That's just all immigrants, 5%, and they were saying there's no real impact on crime or on employment, right? So if you have 30%, so say like all the immigrants are not working, right? You know what I'm saying? Most of them are retirees, right?
It's paying into the economy.
They're just spending. So the legal immigrants, right? Yeah. But if you look at that and you say, okay, but South Africa has 30% unemployment. So even if you say all the immigrants have this job, the 5% have they're taking all our jobs, even though the 5% of immigrants, most of them or a lot of them are not working. The 5% of immigrants, you subtract 5 from the 30%, you still at 25% unemployment. It don't seem like the problem went away. We got to be bigger than that. The crime, it's always easy to blame crime on the other people.
States too.
Yeah, the crime, right? They did it in the States. They were saying the Haitians were stealing people's dogs, and Mexicans are doing this and that and the third. Okay, let's get rid of. In our communities, black folks is killing black folks every 20,000 a year, something crazy. No, it's 20,000 homicides or something like that in the United States a year. But when we talk about black on black homicides, it's like thousands of black people killing other black people in their own community, from their own city. People that know each other, went to high school together. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. The drugs, the people I know that sold drugs look just like me. And they went and bought it from the Mexicans. And they went to the Mexicans ain't come and bring it to them.
They taking that trip across the border.
They took a drive. Yeah.
They went to Texas on that border.
Yeah, that part. And drove back and was happy listening to music. I'm about to go bring this poison to my community, boy. Yeah, all the rappers y'all listen to that talk about selling drugs, they ain't never talked about selling drugs outside of the community. They're talking about selling it to us. You see what I'm saying? So when you really look at this thing, like, yeah, we know South Africa is there's crime, and the idea that all of the crime is being committed by these immigrants. Come on,
Anything
y'all.
bad,
Right?
Nigeria.
You know what I'm saying?
All of it.
All of it is Nigerians, right? Nah, let's stop playing this type of games. It's easy. So, and then another thing, I gotta say this. I know it's 30 minutes, and if you've been watching this long, Soldier, I salute you. Put Soldier in the comments. Another thing is, see how my mind go? Oh, is we see these things on social media, the marches and stuff, and we're like, it's South Africans. No, because if my feed shows one video that says it's the March on March and we get them out here, and the next one is a South African saying how silly this is. You know what I'm saying? Or critiquing the idea, asking where the money is coming from, blah 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 blah. It is not it is a segment of South Africans who are making who have created this kind of xenophobic thing. And that's the way it is in the United States, right?
Yeah.
It's not all Americans. It's not all people who are supporting ICE. When ICE was raiding communities, you had counter protests. You had people complaining about it. So to sit up there and say it's the Americans who don't want, no, it wasn't the Americans. At that time it was the government.
Yeah.
Right? So
in this social media age, you got to be real careful about what you believe. Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
And half of what you see, because AI is crazy too.
Stuff. So they'll put a video that has nothing to do with that context and then write like, oh, they're doing this, da 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 da.
Right.
Like, what?
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with all that.
That algorithm can manipulate people so easily nowadays. That algorithm can just have you messed up. So to be clear, it is not South Africans. It is a segment of people in South Africa who are creating this whole xenophobia or the whole anti-immigrant sentiment. And with so many people that are not against it, that are against this, who are not for this. And I would venture to say it's the vast majority who find this a little out of place, who say, and then again, it's not a black and white issue. There is some gray. There is some textures. There's some stuff that needs to happen. Nuance. There's some conversations that need to happen. But what we didn't get to talk about next conversation, the polygamist. Ooh,
I might skip that one.
The polygamist.
I'm so sick of talking about this little show.
Bro, the polygamist. Come on now.
It was good, but God.
Bro, the polygamist. Boy, that boy Jonas. Look, Mr. from The Color Purple. If y'all ain't never seen if y'all ain't never seen The Color Purple, go watch the original, not the new one that came out that was like a musical. Go and watch the original Color Purple from the 80s with Whoopi Goldberg. And Danny Glover played Mr. We hated. I ain't never liked Danny Glover since. I ain't never. I think that ruined his career. I ain't seen a movie with Dan. Be like, man, all I could see is Mr. Look at Mr. playing a cop now. Mr. trying to be a basketball coach. We don't like you, Mr. Who else? Somebody said it was your boy from one of them Tyler Perry movies, the little dark-skinned dude.
No, that was so mean to
that was so
Jill
mean.
Scott character.
Oh, to him? And then it was him, but he wasn't as bad. The other guy. He had left her for the white woman.
Like drug her outside.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
Get out of my house. Yeah, that type of stuff. Hated him.
Tyler know he could just go overboard with the villain. Like the villain ain't even realistic. He's so bad. Like,
but the Janayas, Jonas or Janayas, and so people are confused by why people are saying Jonas, because if you watched it with the English version, right? Because on Netflix you can have it speak English, right? Yeah. They kept saying Jonas, but I think it's Janayas or something like that. But Jonas, Janayas, whoever, yeah. I don't even want to see dude in another movie.
I'm saying I could wait for him to die. Somebody
Yeah.
take him out.
He
'Cause he's
was
crazy.
he was bad.
He need to be out the
He was
game.
bad, bro. Like, I mean, you know, the wise, okay, but see when he started messing with that little girl, I was like, he went too far.
We going this far.
You giving me the R.
To
Kelly.
the depths of hell.
Yeah. Your daughter friend,
That's
the one that you watched and raised as, not raised, but was in your house playing hopscotch and playing with Barbie dolls. Yeah,
There's more of them out there than we'd like to admit.
And you see how she did
Nasty
you.
Ass men.
You see how she did you. She left you in the shower. The polygamist was but
Too
here's
much.
here's the thing. We talked about this before, and we 35 minutes in, Lord, but we talked about this before. How Netflix has helped reshape the perception of South Africa. And here's what I mean. Before the polygamist dropped, there was a lot of anti-South African sentiment. Let's keep it 1,000. They was cheering for Nigeria or whoever versus Mexico and whoever
was playing against
whoever was playing against South Africa. Everybody, when they lost, everybody was cheering. All over like Black America, who were commenting on what was going on without full context. It was, and polygamous drop. Now everybody talking about this, but here's the thing: they're not. They showed Essie in the townships, but the vast majority of that was, like big mansions, nice houses. And you say, well, that's not all of South Africa. The reality is, we already know the poor side. That's what we think as Americans, as African Americans. The vast majority think poor, poverty. Ethiopian flies and swollen bellies and flies, and that's all of Africa. Let's just be 1,000, right? That's what the vast majority of Black Americans think. They think poverty when they think Africa.
Black Americans,
white Americans too. Yeah, around the world think poverty when they think of Africa, right? So to counter that narrative, to see the Bentley driving Jonas and the big house and what is the wife's name? Yolanda. What's the wife's name?
I forgot. Joyce. Yeah.
To see all that gives a whole different perception of South Africa. Regardless of the crazy storyline, it's a whole different perception. We've also seen this with Kings of Joburg. We saw this with Blood and Water. We saw this with was it Savage Beauty or something like that. All of the Netflix is really doing. I know that Netflix has like really put a lot of pressure on South African companies like Showmax and stuff like that. But it is really doing a great service for the rebranding of South Africa, right? The violence in the polygamy, the polygamist was Jonas committing violence, but it wasn't like, oh, we have to watch out because we're going to get robbed and all of that type of stuff. So really doing Netflix is really doing a bang up job to help with the rebranding or a new branding or reimagining of what South Africa can be. But we'll talk more about that next time. All right, peace.
All right.